It's Kyle Ford, 4 catches for 45 yards. You heard that touchdown, a great one there. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody Kessler with Kyle Ford, who we've known for a while here during his time at USC. Take us through the touchdown, Kyle, man. Just seemed like a play where you would not be denied.
Yeah, lining up, it was a different coverage than I would have expected from the first time because we ran that before, but got the ball, and I knew that he was going to come over the top. So basically, I knew I was going to have to make someone miss. I guess the stiff arm worked the way that it did. It was cool. And then I see one person in front of me, and he was deep in the end zone, so he started coming forward. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to play with the truck because I'm not going to lie. First catch, it kind of let that one slip out of my hand. So I was like, bro, I'm going to just jump on this one. Boom, got up. First person I saw was Kyron screaming at me, so I knew it was a touchdown, obviously. So it was fun. It was definitely a fun one for me.
Yeah, you mentioned Kyron. You and Kyron, kind of the older statesman in the group. You know, you got a bunch of younger guys who are, like in the start of their career, just getting going. What's it like to be like the older guy who they look on, the mentor for that young batch of wide receivers?
I think it's just weird for me because I've never had the chance to really be that in a room except for last year and this year. Because I've always been the guys that are always my age or always older than me. So being able to be that guy for these guys and, give any advice I can and just kind of go through my daily routines and hopefully I'm setting a good example has been, it's been cool for me as well. So I'm really excited to be in the room with those guys.
Kind of sticking with the wide receiver room, too. It feels like every week a new player is stepping up or becoming that wide receiver one. How important is it with all the talent around you to, as a group, stay unselfish but also be ready for when your number's called?
Right. I think it's definitely a challenge. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. I think for all of us because we're all guys that can go make that play or if someone makes that play, you're like, oh, I could do that too. And that's the fun in it. It's you just got to be happy for everyone and, keep stacking and learning off each other's game. And at times it's a challenge for sure, I think for all of us, but at the end of the day, it just makes everyone better.
You're listening to Kyle Ford on Trojans Live, and Kyle, if I could think of one word to describe your college career, it would be resilience. For sure. You've certainly gone through it at different times. Hasn't always sort of fallen your way.
Right.
How have you battled? As you start to look back at it a little bit, what was that inner drive that sort of kept you pushing forward?
I think just never losing sight of who I am. I think that's the biggest thing. I think I've always competed at a high level, whether it was high school or now. And sometimes, the ball just doesn't roll your way and you just got to keep doing the same things you're doing. And every week I always try to reset. I think Sunday is like my reset day. Being able to do something that I like to do outside of football, just because football is hard and it's hard to go at that thing 7 days a week all the time, like every second of the day. So you need to take some time, to love yourself a little bit. And I think having that confidence and self-love is like a big thing for me.
Kyle, it's interesting. You go to UCLA after being at USC and then you come back to the Trojans. What was that whole experience like? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of outside perspective on that whole thing, right? I mean, in my era, it wasn't something that never happened, but now with the portal open and you have the ability to move and find places where you can play, what was that whole experience like for you? And has it been a positive experience? What's come out of it from you?
Man, I'm still like dealing with it to this day because there's some days where I'm like, damn, I'm kind of happy I did that, and there's days where I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't do that, but.
As many experiences of life, but yeah,
for sure. But it was something where, I thought it was going to be a good situation for me, and it ended up being that up until season. And I was playing good ball throughout the whole season, I think, and we just ended up not throwing. It was weird because we got to go against Coach Lynn every day. Yeah. So if Coach Lynn's telling you guys are balling, that's usually a good sign. So I'm like, oh, we're about to roll, and for some reason, God just didn't want it to work out that way, and led me back here where, I was thankful for the opportunity to come back here, and, life's just funny sometimes how that works. So that's why you always handle things the right way. Yeah. You always leave on the right foot.
Don't burn any bridges, right?
For sure. For sure.
A lot of ups and downs for this team through 8 games. As a senior leader, what's the message, to the locker room for these last 4?
Man, I think we just need to finish strong and keep doing what we're doing. I think we're playing good ball. I don't think, as crazy as this sounds, and I know everyone doesn't want to hear this, but just keep playing and don't worry about that record. Just keep playing plays, and they stack and then wins stack, and that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, even the games that we lost, we had good plays and made good plays, and just sometimes it just doesn't roll your way. And I think for me as an older guy and being through what I've been through, this is nothing, man. I've been a part of worse seasons than this. Trust me. Like, yeah, like this should be a good one to finish out on, and then you could lead into the next year for the young guys for sure.
Yep.
What do you do on Sundays, man? What's the hang on Sundays?
Oh, golf.
Oh, big golf guy.
Oh, golf. all
Let's
day.
go.
You a good
Yeah.
golfer?
Oh, I could play.
Okay.
I'm running like a 12, 13 right now, handicap.
When did you
Yeah.
start playing?
I really started picking up during COVID. I mean, I was hurt, so I had to find something to compete in. I'm over here yelling at the game too much. So I need to find something to compete in. I love it.
That's good now too, because after I retired from the NFL,
Right.
I got hooked. I wish I would have played a little bit more in
Here we
college.
go.
I promise.
Cody golf talk.
I hope you have a long. I hope you have a
Better
long
time.
NFL career. But after it's done, you're going to be thankful that you've been working hard.
No, for sure. He started getting hyped right when I said golf.
Oh, 100%. You should have
We're
seen
gonna
him when
go
the
then.
golf
Yeah,
coach
we'll go.
was here.
Okay,
go.
bet.
Sean, did you want to ask Kyle about arm day and what he does to
Man.
to get the biceps?
You got a Halloween
I mean,
question?
I've been
like you had
staring
me?
at those things the whole time.
I
So
mean,
tell me
he's-
about
he's
those
got 'em-
arms,
he's
man.
got 'em
Tell me about the
under
routine.
wraps.
This isn't
Got him under
XL, by the
wraps.
way. This is XL.
There you go,
just
big
so
dog.
you know.
Under wraps tonight.
Man, I don't know how. Honestly, everyone calls me SpongeBob arms, just because I don't know. But I'm glad that they're put to use and they're not actual SpongeBob arms where they deflate. But man, I feel like it's been weird. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been blessed with like a good physique. My grandpa played baseball. My dad played football. So I
must be
just
nice.
So, yeah,
yeah, I
tough
just got
life.
lucky, and then
Tough.
you keep
Got it.
working at it, and you're like, oh wow,
Guess I'll blame
this
my
is
grandpa.
cool, I guess for sure.
Genetics got you, Jordan.
Kyle Ford back out there for the Trojans on Saturday. USC versus Washington. It's a 4:30 kick. We'll go on at 2:30 with the Trojan Tailgate Show. The TV broadcast is Big Ten Network this week.